What's up, guys? I'm back with another game/platinum review. I've not done one of these in a while, but I've been spending some time playing some AC Valhalla, doing some F1 League racing. So, this is the latest platinum that I've gotten, and I'm sure more will come. But for now, this is the latest, and it is MLB The Show 23. This is, as most of you probably know, this is an annual game, and I'm a big baseball fan. I've been playing the show for years, so this is sort of one that I usually get most years. I don't know if that's going to remain true, and I'll discuss that in a second. But I've probably gotten the last at least 6 or 7 of these in a row, and I've gotten the platinum in some of them, haven't gotten the platinum in others. But this one, I think, is not too difficult. So let's get right into it. First of all, just talking about the game, this, I think, probably of the big sports games is the best, I think. I mean, I think it's the best representation of what baseball is really like, as compared to something like Madden or 2K, which have a lot of other problems, and that's topics for different videos, and people have covered their problems ad nauseum. But the I think problem that I have with MLB The Show is just that it feels like it's not very different year to year. It feels like an update to rosters. It feels like an update to Diamond Dynasty, but in terms of the substance of the game, it's not really that different. And to a certain extent, I don't think that there's much that you can change about the game. I would just personally like to see iterations and improvements on things like franchise and March to October, which is a mode that was added a couple years ago. But I think that the core baseball of the game is very good. And I really like this game. I thoroughly enjoy it every year when I get it. I think probably I'm not planning to get MLB The Show 24. It's already out when I'm making this video in early April 2024. And I'm not planning to get it. And that's just because I don't really see that much of a change with it that makes me think I need to get this. It looks like franchise is kind of untouched. And honestly, I think my biggest gripe with this game at this point is the fact that I can't use quick counts in various game modes like March to October, Road to the Show, Diamond Dynasty. And I think probably a lot of baseball purists don't like quick counts. And just if you don't know what quick counts is, it's basically the game looks at the pitcher and the hitter and will start the at bat with a count that's not 0-0. So, for example, I think the most common is 1-1, one ball and one strike. But you'll get 3-2, which is one pitch away from a walk, but one pitch away from an out, a strikeout, and you'll get 2-1, that sort of thing. I mean, there's all different counts that you can get. I'm personally a big fan of this. I think a lot of people say, well, I'd like to control every single pitch of the at bat. I want everything to be under my control. Personally, I don't care about that. I just want to get more games done. I possess the ability to work a count and get walks and work pitchers deep into games, but it's just kind of like I would rather get games done sooner, if that makes sense. I sort of equate it to something like doing a 50% race in an F1 game. I do like doing 100% races, but also I'm a realist and realize that I only have limited time to play this stuff, and so I kind of would like to use my time most valuably instead of playing a full game with all the pitches. I'd like to do quick counts, and a lot of people don't like quick counts. That's fine. Um, it's nice to have the option to play the game in different ways. But personally, I would love if they would let me use quick counts in March to October and Road to the Show and Diamond Dynasty. But the core of the game is very solid. I've played 70 plus hours of this game and I've enjoyed it, and I'm sure 24 is going to be fine as well. But I also think that it's going to be very similar to what 23 was. So the game is good. The game is fun. If you get it on sale or something and you like baseball, I mean, I think that you'll probably have a good experience with it. But personally, I don't know if I'm going to be getting 24 unless it turns out that there are just some massive changes that I'm not aware of at this point. So that's my summary of the game. Good game, solid game, and you can see some gameplay going on behind my voiceover if you want to watch a little bit of it and kind of see what it looks like and see what some of the presentation looks like and what some of the game looks like. I'm sure we could discuss differences with the game and how people play and stuff. I think I play a little bit different than a lot of other people play. I'm kind of more focused on like a more sim experience where it's sort of reflective of the player's ratings and that sort of thing. But again, probably a video for a different time. In terms of the Platinum Trophy, as I mentioned, and I put up this up on the screen, I played this for 70 plus hours. You don't need to play this for 70 hours to get the Platinum. You can if you want to, but a lot of that for me was playing franchise, was playing some Diamond Dynasty stuff, and you don't need to do that to get the Platinum. I'm positive about that. But I will say a lot of the trophies for the Platinum in this game are a bit grindy. I mean, the platinum is not difficult. I will say that. It's just you have to play a bunch of different modes and sort of play all the way through to try to like get the maximum that they want you to do for the trophy. So for example, one of the trophies that actually the rarest non-platinum trophy is win a game within retro mode. It wasn't difficult. You could put it on an easy mode and just do it, but I don't think a lot of people play retro mode. And honestly, I wouldn't have played retro mode if not for the fact that there was a trophy tied to it. Frankly, it doesn't seem that fun. I think baseball games have come a long way since the retro era when baseball video games first came out. I think some people, from a sense of nostalgia, will probably quite enjoy retro mode. It's not for me. Another trophy that's difficult. Achieve a 5-star offseason within March to October. I shouldn't say difficult. I should say grindy. To get to an offseason within March to October, and for those of you who don't know, basically March to October is like a truncated season or franchise mode. Basically, there's this concept of like momentum and improving your team for the playoffs and that sort of thing. So you'll play a game. They'll basically throw you into a situation. They'll say, hey, it's the bottom of the sixth inning. You've got to play out this game. And if you win, if you do what they tell you to do, like get a win or come back or whatever, you get like positive momentum. So you can sort of improve your team. And the goal, of course, is to march to October, march to the playoffs, and ultimately win a World Series. Again, I think this is an awesome concept. I just really wish that they would let me use quick counts in this because it just becomes such a grind to play these games and you're like if you're just playing it for the trophies, I mean, you've got to play many hours to get to the off season. You have to go through a full season to get to the off season. So I couldn't tell you the exact time, but I mean, you're putting 10, 15 hours plus probably just to get to the off season. I mean, it's not quick, frankly. Um, and once you get to the off season, you're not guaranteed to have a 5-star off season. There are some walkthroughs that I found online. That, I mean, I think it was like PSN Profiles, which has very good platinum trophy walkthroughs and guides. That's what I used and basically followed the steps that other people had found, or maybe like on Reddit, people were talking about it, where basically they said, "Hey, here's how I did a 5-star off season." So, but you're not guaranteed to get a 5-star off season. I did it on my first try; it didn't seem that difficult, but maybe I just got lucky. So, it's very possible. I think that if you mess that up, you've got to do it all over again. You got to play through another full season to get there. So, it could be grindy. It could be even grindier than maybe people think. And there's another trophy for like making it to the postseason in March to October. So that's there. I mean, you're definitely gonna be playing March to October if you go for the platinum. Another one, complete all the Negro League Baseball storylines. So this is like a new mode that was added, Negro League Baseball storylines, and I will say I learned a ton about a lot of Negro League players that I wasn't familiar with. I mean, like I knew Satchel Paige. There were a lot of people that I didn't know, and I learned a lot about them. But the way this mode is structured is it's a series of moments. So there's like a video clip that kind of talks about the player or something specific that he did, like he played against somebody and hit 3 home runs in one game or something like that. And then you basically then go do a moment where you have to hit 3 home runs in one game. I don't know if there was a 3 home runs in one game moment. And some of them are sort of easier than the actual event was. It'll say, for example, a player hits 3 home runs in a game, and then it says, okay, now you go hit 3 home runs in a series. If you've played moments within MLB The Show, you'll be familiar with this. I personally do not like moments at all. It just seems so often like it's just a matter of trying to get lucky and put together this stat line. You know, like hit 2 extra base hits in a game. I mean, I've done that before, but it's really just a matter of replaying the game until you happen to get 2 extra base hits. I mean, you can smack the ball and it can go right to a guy, or it can be a ground ball to the infield as a single and not an extra base hit. So it's really just grindy to get through these moments. And I think I want to say it's like 10 players, 10 moments each. That sounds about right. So 90 or 100 moments or something like that. I don't know. It feels like a big number, but there were quite a few, and it took a while to do, and it was just a bit grindy, and but at least there were some things you could learn about players in that, so that was pretty cool. Another one, there's this trophy for winning an award in mini seasons, which is like Diamond Dynasty mode. You do these 3 inning games, and you play something like um, I forget. I want to say it's something like a 20 game season or something like that. And you basically, you can play it on rookie mode, which is what I did. I put it on rookie, put all my best Dynasty cards on my team, and it was easy to win an award. You hit really well, but you have to play through the whole season. So I think that took me, I don't know, 10 hours or something like that. So I think if you're absolutely grinding on this, I think you could probably get the platinum done in it's tough to say 30, 40 hours. I mean, definitely a lower number than I spent on it, the 70 hours that I spent on it. But if you're just playing to play the game and you're not specifically trying to get the platinum, you're probably not going to do it because so many of these just involve going into these modes and basically grinding for a while. So it's not a difficult platinum trophy, but it is a bit of a grind. I will say I do appreciate that the platinum trophy encourages you to explore different parts of the game. I wish that kind of more games did that sometimes because it feels like your platinum. I mean, on the other hand, some platinums are like do everything possible in the game. I guess that's more of like an RPG thing. But a lot of times in sports modes, it just feels like you're not encouraged to like play all of the game to get a platinum trophy. You just kind of have to like dabble in certain modes. I don't know. Probably a preference matter. I don't think there are any co-op trophies in this game, which is really nice. It's miserable to me when they're like, "Oh, you gotta play through a full co-op racing season with your friend." Okay, well, what if I don't have any friends? What if I can't find any friends to play this game with? Then I just can't do the trophy. NBA 2K23. I've been thinking about doing the platinum for that game. There's like this co-op mode. I don't think I know anyone who plays NBA 2K23 on PS5, so I guess I'm just not going to get that platinum trophy, and that's kind of just the way it is. But I like it when games let you just play solo and don't make you play with other people. Um, and I mean, I guess online trophies to an extent too. I don't know that there were any of those in this game. I've kind of outlined the ones that were most difficult for me or most grindy for me, and those were the lowest percentage trophies as well. So I think I think it's probably fair to say that those are the ones that either caused people the most problems or people were the most reluctant to do. And that's just kind of the way it is. But yeah, that's the summary of the platinum. It's not difficult. It is a bit grindy in places. It will take you a decent amount of time. If you're a baseball fan and you like playing baseball games, it's probably going to be fine for you. This is the best representation of baseball that I think you can find anywhere, and there are a lot of different ways to play. The game looks beautiful. It is a solid game. I don't know that it's going to change enough year to year. If you're kind of on the fence, if you're like, oh, I have 22, is 23 that different? No, it's really not that different, and I think it took steps back in some ways, like the road to the show progression system. I think actually took a step back from 22 to 23. So, um, it's baseball, and I don't know how many ways you can innovate in baseball, but if I was choosing, I'd like to see me be allowed to use quick counts in every game mode, please. You can cut down on the stubs that I can get, whatever. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. I just want to play quick counts in all the game modes. And I would say that there were probably a couple people out there who agree with me on that. Probably a lot of people who disagree, but that's fine. I've got another video on my channel where I talked about why quick counts is my favorite way to play. And some people disagreed with me on that. That was a couple years ago, but people definitely disagreed with me. Got people that I'm in Discord servers with that said, I disagree with you, you're crazy, which happens. That's the way it goes. But yeah, good game. Pretty easy platinum, just a bit grindy. So if you're not ready for a bit of a grind, don't do it. But let me know what you think. If you've gotten the platinum, what you think about the game. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm always happy to talk about games, especially ones that I've spent 70 plus hours playing, and I'm still playing. Like I said, I'm not getting 24, so I'm still playing franchise mode in this, and we're still moving through it, and I'll put even more time into it. Thanks for watching. Like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the game, what you thought about the platinum, and I'll be back.